Okay, guys. This is just to clarify some comments that were made earlier on a video between, I forget the other guy's name, but it's this guy, Trucks, and some other guy. Apparently, they're having some kind of fight about GP Transco and all this and that. And here's the deal. I just started over here Monday, GP Transco, and I'd made the comment that it's not all sunshine and roses, which is true. It's not. But now the guy whose video I commented on, it seems to me like he's sort of trying to mischaracterize what I'm saying. And that's not, I'm not saying GP Transco is like shit or whatever. I'm saying that this, as a company, you can't expect to come over here and everything go exactly as planned to start with. Like me, I've had a rough first week over here. Didn't get a whole lot of miles, didn't get a lot of stuff done, probably not going to have a very good paycheck out of the first week. Now, is that GP Transco's fault? No, it is not. The vast majority of it actually has more to do with their customers and some other issues, mechanical issues and stuff with some of the equipment. But again, that's not their fault either. They, at the time that I was hired over here, I had the option. I could have got a brand new 2021 Freightliner. I chose not to. I'm more of a Volvo guy. You give me a choice. I'm actually a Kenworth man. But if you give me the choice and all I've got is Volvo or Freightliner to pick from, I'm picking the Volvo every time. So I picked an older, used Volvo versus a brand new Freightliner. That was my choice. I picked that. Okay? I wouldn't be here if I didn't think it was going to be a good company. Obviously, I don't know yet. I mean, you never know until you try it, right? That's kind of the thing. So here I am. I'm going to give it a shot. We're going to see what happens. But for now, we're just going to have to roll with it, I guess. But I just wanted to clarify that they both can be true at the same time. So yes, I'm sure Josh, this guy Trucks, has had a wonderful experience at GP Transco so far. Don't really follow him that much myself. It's not a good thing or a bad thing. I just don't really follow him. The reason I came over was actually another guy on YouTube, Mark from Trucking Answers. I follow him because I feel like, he's honest and genuine, and obviously he's not beating a drum for anybody because he doesn't even tell anybody where he works. So I just wanted to clarify those things, and just before all the questions and whatever, I'm a truck driver, obviously. I've been driving now for, I guess, 7 years. Right at it, 6, 7, give or take. But now, unlike some guys on here, I've only ever worked for 2 companies, right, before I came to GP. I worked for Swift for about 6 months. That didn't last. Then after that, I went to work for a company out of Tennessee, LLI, Lazy Boy Logistics. It's the private fleet for Lazy Boy, the furniture carrier, the furniture maker. So that's what I've done for the majority of the time I've been driving, 6 to 7 years. So to me, hauling general freight, period, is going to be a little bit different because I'm not used to that. I went straight to work for a private fleet, stayed with them, didn't go nowhere, but because of the corona situation, obviously furniture was deemed a non-essential business, so shit kind of went downhill over there. So I just had to do something, had to move on. Hated to move on, but I did my homework, I did my research, and obviously I came to the conclusion that GP Transco is going to be one of my best options. So here I am. I'm going to try it out. We're going to see what happens. And I don't know, maybe this old hillbilly can make a little money over here. We're going to find out. But as of now, it's not going so well for me. But my whole point is that I don't want drivers to watch either video and think, oh, well, I'm going to go over there and I'm immediately going to be making $2,000 a week every week, no matter what. and then come over here and, it's not necessarily going to happen, because that's not the way trucking works. If you've been in this very long, you already know that it doesn't work that way. It doesn't matter if you're the best trucker. It doesn't matter if you're the worst trucker. You could have been at it for 30 years. You could have been at it for 2 years. Shit just happens sometimes, right? But also, I don't want people to think that this is like the worst company and they're all lying and they're making it up. And so far, I've not been lied to at all. Not yet. Not once over here have I been lied to. Not, period. Now, with that being said, does that mean everything's going swimmingly and nice? No, it doesn't. It's not. But that's not on them. Again, you can't help things that are outside of your control. And it's one of those deals that if, I don't know, you can't blame everybody else for your own problems, right? So if I have bad luck, if I have issues, that's not GP's problem. That's not their fault, right? If they do their best to keep me moving, that's all I can ask from them. I'd made the comment earlier that I'm sitting here on the yard, which I am, with a load that delivers, which it does, not at 8 o'clock in the morning on Monday. So I'm hoping the point of this, I didn't get the chance to talk to the dispatcher before they'd left, to clarify, but from my understanding, the point is to get a 70-hour, to do my 34-hour break so I can get my 70-hour clock back. So maybe, hopefully, they're planning on, trying to do a little better next week. And that's what I'm hoping happens. And if what I've been told is true about over here, I will do better over here. Because if I don't, then they're going to figure out why. So if you're not running the miles, if you're not making the money, if you're not doing like you need to be doing, then it's going to come down to a meeting between you, your driver manager, your dispatcher, whatever. They're going to figure it out, right? And they're going to figure out, are you the problem? Is the equipment the problem? Is the dispatcher the problem? What's the problem? Why aren't you moving? Why aren't you making money? Okay, so we're going to see if it works out that way. I'm hoping that it does. I'm hoping that I'm able to get moving. I'm hoping that I'm able to make money. But until such a time as I'm able to, I can't say one way or another for sure. Oh yes, it's all great and it's wonderful, or oh yeah, it's just crap and they're lying. Which I don't want to say either, because I don't know, right? So I can say, though, honestly over here, that I have not been lied to yet. All the equipment issues I've had this week, they're on me. I could have picked a new truck. I didn't. I picked the Volvo because that's my preference. But now, as far as for the rest of it, most of that is shipper and receiver issues. Again, I've been out of the freight game, like as far as hauling freight for hauling freight's sake, the entire time I've been driving. I only did it for about 6 months. Then I went to furniture hauling, stick hauling. So I just hauled furniture all around the country for 6 years. Now, we did haul general freight, what they call backhaul, whatever. But that was not their priority. So their priority was delivering furniture. So that means that, if I showed up somewhere and they're like, oh, you're going to have to wait till tomorrow to pick that load up, then the company I was at before was like, nope, no we ain't, we're out, bye, we're going to go get some furniture, see you later. Now, you can't do that with a freight company, because that's how you make your money, is you haul freight, right? So, I understand, if I show up somewhere and I have to wait, I have to wait. That's just how that is. Like, that's part of it. Hopefully that doesn't happen all the time, but it does happen. That's just a reality of being in trucking. And anybody that tells you otherwise, they're lying. Unless, like I said, unless you're working somewhere like I was, private fleet, where that's not actually how they make their money. So in other words, technically not even a trucking company. You're driving a truck, yeah. I mean, you're working for a trucking company, but it's not the same as like this or Swift. I hate to put them in the same category, but it's the same idea, right? They're general freight. They make their money by contracting to haul stuff from point A to point B. They have no other business. They don't sell products. They don't sell food. They don't sell furniture, they don't do any of those things, right? So the way they make their money is by picking stuff up and dropping stuff off. So that's, freight company. But if you work for a private carrier, like I was, then that's not how they make their money. They don't really care. You're there. The only reason the truck part of it even exists is to deliver the product that they make the money on, right? And like I said, I don't want this to be seen by, GP Transco or this guy Trucks or the other cat. I can't even remember his name. Elite Fleet Trucker or something like that. But he seems like a pretty cool guy. But I think he's misunderstanding what I'm saying in the comments. And I don't want him to do that, right? It's not that it's a bad company. I mean, and to be honest, I'm kind of with some of the other guys on there. The video Josh put out, I mean, I don't see really what's necessarily wrong with it. I get what he's saying, though, too, that, he's got experience and whatever. But, again, man, you can't knock something until you've tried it. Like, you don't know if GP sucks or not. You never drove over here, right? So, I mean, it's one thing to tell other drivers, which is what I'm trying to do, to take that information with a grain of salt and be like, well, because you always do have to be sort of skeptical about stuff.